As Biden administration officials scramble to contain the political fallout over a surge in migration at the border, they have made a series of false or misleading claims, capping off a summer of bending the truth to avoid controversies. From Afghanistan to the economy to the border, President Joe Biden and his top aides have often attempted to deflect criticism of their policies by providing inaccurate information to the public, with varying degrees of success. Here are some of the less-than-truthful claims offered up by the Biden administration since July. Hugo Gordon. White House whoppers. No less secure. Testifying before Congress this week, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas defended his agency's handling of border security amid the Haitian migrant influx. The border is secure. We're executing our plan, Mayorkas said. Responding later to a question from a Republican congressman, Mayorkas added that the border is presently no less secure than it was previously. Setting aside the crisis in Del Rio, Texas, resulting from a spike in the number of Haitians crossing the border, illegal immigration has exploded under Biden's watch, undermining Mayorkas's claim. Border crossings in June hit the highest levels recorded in 21 years. During the month of July alone, Border Patrol agents encountered more than 212,000 people attempting to cross into the country illegally. In July 2019, at a time when former President Donald Trump was accused of presiding over a border crisis himself, Border Patrol agents encountered roughly 82,000 people attempting to cross into the country illegally. Critics have blamed the liberal language Biden used on immigration during the campaign, as well as his decision to rescind virtually all of Trump's immigration policies immediately upon taking office. You will be returned. Mayorkas sought to discourage more Haitians from heading to Del Rio and to stem concerns about the number of people fanning out into the United States by warning migrants not to come to the border. If you come to the United States illegally, you will be returned, the DHS secretary said this week. However, thousands of Haitian migrants have been released into the U.S. after passing through immigration facilities and receiving a notice to appear in court, a process that can take a year or more. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki based her defense of the lack of COVID-19 restrictions or vaccine requirements placed on the migrants by arguing that the protocols aren't necessary because the migrants aren't staying in the U.S. Her argument, too, falls apart when exposed to the reality that so many migrants are being released into the U.S. from overwhelmed border facilities, whipping migrants. Biden on Friday joined a chorus of administration officials and Democrats condemning Border Patrol agents over images that misleadingly portrayed agents on horseback whipping migrants. I promise you, those people will pay, Biden said of the agents. There will be consequences. It's an embarrassment. But beyond an embarrassment, it's dangerous. It's wrong. The Department of Homeland Security said it launched an investigation of the episode after the widely shared pictures sparked outrage. However, experts have said Border Patrol agents are never issued whips and noted the ropes shown in the pictures are simply slack in agents' reins. What's more, the photographer in El Paso, Texas, who snapped the photos told a local news station Thursday that neither he nor any of his colleagues saw agents whipping anyone. Stay to get them all out. Days after the situation in Afghanistan deteriorated rapidly with the fall of Kabul to the Taliban, Biden sat for an interview with ABC and was pressed on how the U.S. would evacuate the then thousands of Americans trapped in the country. The interview took place in mid-August, and Biden at the time was weeks away from his self-imposed deadline to withdraw the final American troops by August. 31. Biden vowed that the military would not leave until every American was safely removed from Afghanistan. "If there's American citizens left, we're gonna stay to get them all out," Biden said during the interview. Despite a terror attack the following week that left 13 U.S. service members dead, hampering the final hours of the evacuation effort as well, Biden ordered all the troops out of the country as scheduled, even as Americans left behind pleaded for help. Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. Biden in August defended the withdrawal plans by arguing that because the extremist group Al-Qaeda had been eradicated from Afghanistan. "What interest do we have in Afghanistan at this point, with Al-Qaeda gone?" Biden said when speaking with reporters at the White House on August 20. "We went to Afghanistan for the express purpose of getting rid of Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, as well as getting Osama bin Laden. And we did. Al-Qaeda retains a presence in Afghanistan, a fact Biden's own Pentagon made clear within hours of his false claim." Taliban intelligence. Biden contradicted many of his top advisors when describing the expectations his military and intelligence agencies had in the weeks before the Taliban seized Kabul, adding further confusion to the administration's message on the situation. The president said during his ABC interview that the complete collapse of security in Afghanistan's capital was inevitable. "The idea that somehow, there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens," Biden said. But other top officials stressed that there were no warning signs that Kabul would fall into the hands of the Taliban. "There was nothing that I or anyone else saw that indicated a collapse of this army and this government in 11 days, Gen. Mark Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said in August. In addition, the Biden administration has also sent conflicting signals about what its intelligence shows regarding the connections between the Haqqani Network, a designated foreign terrorist organization, and the Taliban, with whom the administration actively cooperated during the evacuation. The State Department maintained this week that the two remained distinct entities that are affiliated. But members of the Haqqani network have received high-level positions in the Taliban's emerging government. Sirajuddin Haqqani, for whose family the terrorist group is named, was selected by the Taliban as the acting interior minister, for example. Even so, the Biden administration has repeated on several occasions that the two groups are separate. Quote,